Natalie Lue, The Joy of Saying No, a simple plan to stop people pleasing, reclaim boundaries, and say yes to the life you want. Welcome to a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Based on the key insights from Natalie Lue's transformative book, The Joy of Saying No, this book delves into the pervasive practice of people-pleasing, an ingrained behavior many of us unknowingly carry from childhood into our adult lives. More than just identifying the various flavors of people-pleasers, Lue offers a roadmap to reclaiming your boundaries and embracing a life that aligns with your authentic self. Through understanding your unique people-pleasing type, you'll gain clarity, which is essential for embracing personal joy and authenticity. Prepare to explore 6 structured stages that lead to awareness and recovery, providing you with practical strategies to break free from the shackles of habitual compliance. With knowledge and compassion, Lue's guide empowers you to say no confidently, ensuring your needs and desires become central to your life's narrative.
Breaking free from compliance. If you grew up between 1940 and 2000, you likely experienced the age of obedience, a time when children were expected to always be good by obeying authority figures without question. This upbringing has rooted deeply within many of us, hardwired as behavioral patterns by the brain's habit center, the basal ganglia. It doesn't judge if these habits are beneficial or not, its role is to merely retrieve and replicate them based on past scenarios. This entrenched conditioning often traps us into recycling childhood responses to gain approval, even in adulthood. Yet, clinging to outdated scripts that demand constant compliance can whittle away at our well-being, compromising our true self. Continuing down the path of people-pleasing can deter us from living authentically, keeping us from experiencing genuine happiness and fulfillment. As adults, it's vital to untangle ourselves from these inherited habits and step toward a life that harmonizes with our true principles and aspirations. This liberation doesn't imply you'll never compromise or serve others again. Rather, it encourages conscious awareness of why you act in certain ways. Sometimes you may choose to contribute to the larger good, and at other times, you'll notice a slip back into people-pleasing. When that happens, be kind to yourself and consider it a learning opportunity. These moments point to specific areas where conditioning holds a stronger influence, guiding us to understand and ultimately reshape our people-pleasing tendencies. Unmasking people-pleasing habits. Embrace the transformative journey of recognizing your unique style of people-pleasing. This exploration isn't simply about labeling behaviors but understanding deeper fears and values that guide your path. Often, people-pleasers act not out of their desire but rather under the influence of ingrained patterns seeking external approval or love. There are primarily 5 distinct styles: gooding, efforting, avoiding, saving, and suffering. While these styles may intermingle, each person usually leans towards one dominant flavor. Recognizing which style you resonate with becomes a powerful tool in your quest for an authentic, joyful existence. Gooding centers on maintaining appearances, where the primary goal is to be perceived as good rather than genuinely doing good. This often stems from a belief that outward perceptions will assure safety and worthiness. Efforting is fueled by a relentless drive for achievement. Efforters hustle tirelessly, masking any vulnerability, while secretly longing for acknowledgement and reward. Their self-worth is tied to constant striving. Avoiders, meanwhile, navigate life by ducking away from discomfort and conflict. They might convince themselves that evading certain truths benefits others, however, this often stems from a refusal to confront their reality. Savers are those who persistently engage in fixing and rescuing others. Though noble in appearance, this tendency can hinder self-reflection. It's crucial for savers to evaluate the intentions behind their actions to ensure sincerity. Then there are sufferers, embodying the sacrifice-driven people-pleaser. Martyrs by nature, they frequently forego their own comfort and reputation for a false sense of security. Shifting away from this to live joyfully can challenge the sufferer's ingrained belief that worth is tied to suffering. As you contemplate which style mirrors your patterns, approach it with a sense of curiosity and openness. This understanding invites you to liberate yourself from outdated habits and empowers you to construct a life that authentically aligns with your values. The journey forward explores this newfound clarity, guiding you toward lasting joy and fulfillment. Path to authenticity. Imagine a future where joy and authenticity dominate your life, rather than the confines of people-pleasing. For those entrenched in the cycle of perpetually pleasing others, seeing such a future might be difficult. Yet, recovery is not a distant dream, it's a real possibility. The journey towards shedding people-pleasing habits involves a methodical path, taken one step at a time with dedication, compassion, and a willingness to commit. Recovery unfolds over 6 transformative stages, each building on the one before. It begins with a simple 2-week experiment that begins to change your life from the very outset. This initial stage involves observing your daily interactions, noting your judgments of when to say yes, no, or maybe. By keeping a record of these responses, you will gain valuable insight into your pleasing tendencies and how they affect your emotional well-being. It's not about capturing every single detail but being aware enough to understand your patterns. In the second week of this stage, try limiting the yes tied to your people-pleasing origins. Employ helpful phrases like, "I'm at full capacity today," or "Thanks for thinking of me, but I'm not available." This step isn't merely about vocalization, it's about sensing your authentic self in action. In stage 2, pause for introspection. Reflect on patterns that emerged in your 2-week experiment. Often, you'll see specific people or scenarios that ignite your pleasing tendencies due to underlying emotional baggage. Does someone remind you of unresolved issues with a caregiver? Or perhaps certain behaviors echo learned responses from childhood? This understanding will evolve, allowing real-time identification of these triggers as you engage with them, fostering empathy for both yourself and others. Recognizing our shared human imperfections can diffuse much tension. Stage 3 invites you to explore the concept of reparenting. Regardless if your childhood was mostly positive, certain stressors or wounds undoubtedly contributed to your people-pleasing persona. Now, as your own caregiver, attend to what your younger self needed but didn't receive. This could be protection, reassurance, or freedom of expression. Illuminate these needs with the insights gained so far, freeing your inner child to heal and grow. From stage 4, integrate these insights into everyday life. Initial discomfort, like increased encounters with resentment, may surface. This isn't a shift into a permanently resentful state but rather enhanced self-awareness revealing past compromise. Resentment points to a rift between obligations and true desires. While some tasks remain obligatory, establish boundaries where you can, upholding respect for your genuine needs. When you reach stage 5, refine how you communicate your needs to others. Pleasers often request indirectly, but being upfront saves long-term frustration. Articulate clear requests, acknowledging that relationship dynamics require clarity in both directions. It's a reciprocal journey, improving your boundaries and requests enhances interactions for everyone involved. Stage 6 acknowledges that hurdles are part of this path, not exceptions. Recovery isn't linear, setbacks may happen. When they do, lean on self-compassion. If you stumble or temporarily regress, gently realign yourself, extract the lessons available, and resume your journey. Declaring your needs or establishing new boundaries might feel unfamiliar and awkward, even as you progress. Remind yourself that overcoming long-standing conditioning is inherently challenging. Yet persistence pays off. Joy and authenticity are within reach. With continued effort, step by step, your path to a more genuine existence unfolds. This journey isn't just about transforming your daily encounters, it's about reclaiming a future that's authentically yours.
In wrapping up, The Joy of Saying No by Natalie Lue illuminates the path to breaking free from the constraints of people-pleasing behaviors. This book encourages a deep self-awareness that allows for the disentanglement from outdated conditioning, nurturing a more authentic and joyful life. Key takeaways include recognizing your unique people-pleasing style, whether it's gooding, efforting, avoiding, saving, or suffering, and applying a thoughtful, step-by-step approach towards recovery. Lue emphasizes the importance of self-compassion and persistence, acknowledging that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. By committing to this transformative process, you empower yourself to live in alignment with your true desires and values. Whether navigating challenges or setting new boundaries, the life you truly want is within reach, waiting for you to embrace it with the empowering simplicity of saying no.